Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Pastime Picks Podcast. I am Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
I'm Andy, the King of Pennants.
And we have a special guest with us today. We have Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. How's it going, Ben?
What's up, fellas?
Thanks for joining us, man.
Absolutely.
We've all come prepared. At least Rocky Top and I have come prepared with our gear. I mean, I don't know what Eagles college team you're representing, Keith. But
I thought about that. I actually don't have any.
Got my Hail
Michigan action. Yeah.
Really.
I thought about that. I actually don't own any college gear. And I mean, I have a lot of stuff for sale listed in the warehouse, but I don't have any college gear that I wear. So
I see.
I'm a
sad.
NFL. Yeah. But I know you know Ben's channel, but so Ben has two channels. Obviously his Rocky Top Picker channel, which is a reseller channel, does a lot of like what's sold stuff, right, Ben? And selling strategies or selling suggestions for people, educational videos, which are awesome.
Yeah, I was watching the one about keeping receipts. I saw that today, the most important thing. So
I got a lot of pushback on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that the post office receipt one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, people always have things to say.
YouTube likes interaction, so it was good for that video.
Oh yeah, any comments are good in that regard for sure. Yeah. And then I know we had Shane on earlier in the podcast from the Reseller Locker Room podcast.
Yeah.
So definitely a great podcast over there. Anyone who wants to check that out. I know I watch it a little early because of the members only, but it's Thursday it drops, right? Or is it tomorrow?
It's Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern.
That's right. Okay. Because I know I watched it, but I guess it comes out a little early if you're a member, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
paid members get early views on stuff. Yeah.
Andy, so get over there and get a paid membership, Andy.
Yeah.
Other perks as well, not just early. You get some behind the scenes stuff. So definitely perks of memberships over there in the locker room.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us our special what we're actually drafting tonight, Keith.
Yeah. So what we're drafting, I know Ben is a sports guy. He's a big college sports guy. So we went with we decided to draft all-time, historically the best all-time college football programs.
Yeah. So,
not like who won last year, but just generally a sense of through the course of history. And it obviously it's all opinion here or who your favorite squad is going to help out too.
Well, just so you know, Keith, none of mine are actually colleges. They're all fictional. So I took the program from the program. I took.
Hey, you're welcome. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. What's up, Dan? Welcome in, man. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. How's it going, Dan?
Dan, man.
Yeah. We always have some special Dan surprises in our some of our content videos we put up here. So, but yeah, and that out, Andy, the stats are in from last week, and
I don't think I won that one.
You did. You got beat pretty handily. So right now it's I think all time I'm winning 16, 15, and 4 to 15, 16, and 4.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're not surprised. I'm sure you're not surprised that I won that last week.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Sorry. I had that pinned up, ready to go, but you talked over it. So
good. Okay.
So we're going to draft all-time college football programs, and then we're going to delve into some reselling stuff. We have a fun giveaway this week in the sales of the week category. We're going to do it in the segment. We're going to do a little vintage Oklahoma University Sooners pennant, and Andy knows what this means, but this is a phantom pennant.
Oh yeah.
You know what a phantom pennant is?
No, I've not heard of that.
So phantom pennant is when the team didn't. Well, in this case, it's a cotton bowl pennant.
Oh,
but they didn't go to the Cotton Bowl that year. They made them. They should have been destroyed. Some got out. So, some phantom pennants are very rare. I mean, this one I tend to have a little group of them, but sometimes they're very rare.
Those are fun.
So, yeah. So it's gonna be free to someone. Whoever gets closest in the sales of the week category. So let me get over to the wheel of names.
Fate.
Yep. We'll see who picks first. And we do a snake draft. All right, let's get this spinning.
All right.
All right.
I don't like this. Actually, Yeah. First, I think is pretty clear, but all right, remove yourself. We gotta.
Yeah. Let me remove myself too, make it easier here because everything.
Oh, that's true. All right. I'm picking second. I think second might be the way to go. Honestly, I think it's a good.
Well, you never have the back-to-back picks though, so it makes it a little more challenging, right?
True. I guess
so.
All right. Go for it, Keith.
All right. So I'm going to start off. I think the team in history that has the most titles, at least modern titles. I'm going to go with not a team I love per se, but I'm going to go with Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, lately they've been a great team, but historically a great team with Paul Bear Bryant, some great coaches, obviously going into current times or recent times with Nick Saban. So, and they're always at least for the last 20 years or so, it seems like they're always in conversation for.
16 titles they have.
Yep.
And a couple and fairly recently too. So they've been good historically and, most recently too. So that's always
yeah, exactly. That's why I took them. They're it's not like some teams might be dominant for a short span, but they were dominant for times throughout their history.
Yep.
Dan's a fan.
yeah. That's a tough one to not pick. So
what's up, Sean? Real Life Perspective Show. How's it going, man? Yeah, Ben might not be a fan. It sounds like, right? Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan either, but it's just
maybe I'll get his vote just because I don't pick a. You're a non-SEC school or only a few teams.
Don't even get me started on Alabama, boys. I mean, we'd be here all night.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you want mine?
Yeah. Number 2. So what's your?
Are you number? Who's number? Oh, I'm sorry. You were 2, Ben. I thought it was Andy was 2. I messed up. Sorry, man.
So
yeah, you're up.
I'm not thinking in the last 20 years, like Keith, like you picked Bama.
Yeah.
Historically, I'm thinking Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, that's real good. I remember. I'm not sure how old you are, Ben, but I remember growing up that they were always kind of top 5 team. They were always in the mix for going. Not to mention this, like they were so good that they were the only at-large team that would always get. I mean, it's like one of the only at-large teams that was constantly in the top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
And historically, I mean, it's got the name recognition. It's I feel like it's hard to beat a team that has their own essentially movie. One of the greatest football movies done after him too, with Rudy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could sort of say Alabama had, Forrest Gump run through it a couple times, but not where I would go, or not my.
Yeah, well, there's more than one movie too, right? With Win One for the Gipper, like that.
Yeah.
So there's more than one, and plus that team. I mean, I agree. Might even be a better pick than Alabama because historically, they had a huge impact on football with the forward pass. That was Newt Rockne and Gus Dorier.
Yeah, and also had 13 titles. So also not shabby on that end either.
Back in the day, fellas, and I will bet $100 that I'm older than both of you. But back in the day, it was always Notre Dame and Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Just like the Yankees and the Dodgers way back in the day. They were always the 2 teams normally that faced off in the World Series.
Oh yeah. I mean, Lou Holt's time period back when we were kids, Andy, they were always like the talk of the town. I mean, that was the team.
Absolutely.
For a long time. And going back though into the teens, they were at 19 teens.
Well, they had the famous foursome, right? Or the what am I thinking of?
Four Horsemen. Four
Horsemen.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that. Anyway.
Yep.
Which is probably one of the coolest nicknames either. I don't know if that was made our nickname show, but that should have.
No, it didn't make the nick. Yeah. That might have been tough because it's multiple players.
Yeah, 4 for 1 on that one. But,
yeah.
All right. Both good picks. I think both solid. Definitely probably, I think probably been at least 1-2 or 1-3 for me, somewhere on there. I went a method. So this is hearkening back to the beginning of our original kind of drafting, where I had a little acronym to describe how I'm drafting. So today it's the TPS report. The TPS report is the titles, players, and the show, which is what I'm saying. So the titles, obviously, is the number of titles the school has, players in the NFL currently, and the show, which I'm calling the Hall of Fame. So how many Hall of Famers they have for the NFL. So essentially, that's kind of how I weighted it. So I think it's a good. Obviously, a lot of the teams, the big teams, Alabama, 16 titles, 8 Hall of Famers, 57 current NFL players, which is impressive.
It could be a field team. Yeah.
Notre Dame, 34 current players, 13 titles, 11 Hall of Famers. So he has you on Hall of Famers there. So I'm going to go. I mean, I can't not take them, obviously. I'm wearing their gear. I'm going to go with Michigan. Obviously, they've been kind of pretty good for a long time. They obviously just won the championship. They were a little sketchy for a little while there.
Last season, dude, stealing play calls. Yeah, that's sketchy.
It's all, we'll take it out. We can get it, but they have 38 NFL, 38 NFL players, 10 titles, 9 Hall of Famers. So they have more Hall of Famers in Alabama, which is always good. Not as much as Notre Dame, though. So got to go with my boys.
I think you got to lose a couple points on the TPS report for the Bill Belichickian moves, though, like Ben's talking about with downgrade the TPS a little bit.
I mean, if you weren't cheating, you're not trying in college football, honestly. So
yeah, it's true.
I think there's plenty of teams that have done just as bad, if not worse. I mean, it's just funny because some people hate Harbaugh, some people love him. Most, non-Michigan fans, they can't stand him, which I understand. But yeah, anyway, that's what I went with.
What's up, Shane? How's it going, man?
Oh.
All right, so let me get to the first segment here, Andy.
Yeah. Sale of the week.
All right, so this segment, we show each other our sales of the week. Me and Andy guess each other's selling prices. We want to get within 10% of the price. Third item overall, which is my second item. We're going to do a giveaway for this vintage Oklahoma pennant. So person in the chat closest, you can go over, will win that pennant. So let's see here. I'm going to get to mine. Again, show something. I know I don't want to steal any content from the great Reseller Locker Room podcast. I know you guys show sales of the week over there too. But all right, so this item is this is not an eBay sale. This is a private sale, like a Venmo sale. I'll say that. So
okay.
This never got to eBay. I had this at the National. It didn't sell at the National. Somebody reached out to me, saw it in the video.
I might be able to check your Venmo. I could probably see what the actual.
Oh, I forgot Venmo was public.
Anyway.
Yeah, but so it didn't never reached eBay. Sold privately, but it's a 1900 or circa 1900 collared baseball jersey or baseball uniform. Spalding. Here's the Spalding tag in the neck. And
that's 1876 is
that's when the company was founded.
Yeah, okay.
And it did have matching pants. So matching pants.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then the cool thing with this one, that you could see the sleeves have like sleeve extenders. It was a short sleeve jersey, but you could button all the sleeves.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I actually bought the sleeves separately, got the sleeves separately and paired them. The buyer knows that.
Okay.
So married pair.
Interesting.
But there we got it. 1900 Spalding baseball jersey.
Wow.
That's a tough one, man. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll definitely have to. This one scares me. I think it's going to be pretty high, but I don't know. 350.
Dan's in at 350. And Dan, we have some special sales result videos coming. So
keep your eyes open.
Yeah, so 350 for Dan. It's a tough one. Cash means no 99. That's very smart, Shane.
Ooh,
very smart.
Good point. Okay.
Well, not cash, but Venmo. But yeah, still, you're right. It's not like usually you're not going to tell someone a round number.
That's true. Okay.
That little psychological 99 cent.
$425 for the set. Okay, $340 is going to okay.
$329 for Sean. BD in at $340.
Does the jerk move in the Price is Right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's not for the giveaway, thankfully. So she's not. Yeah. Other than bragging rights, she's not stealing anything.
That's right. All right.
Okay, you gonna come up with anything, Andy?
Yeah. Feel free, Ben, too, if you want to take a guess too. I'm not sure if you have any thoughts on this one. I have no clue, honestly.
I haven't showed anything like this previously. Andy's been educated by some of the podcasts so far with prices, but I did show this in a find of the week like months ago.
Yeah.
What year is it?
Like circa 1900, right around like 1900, 1905 kind of time frame.
I'm going to say 750.
750? All right.
I think that's a good guess.
Is that Rushmore? Is it going Rushmore?
I think I think you're right. I think it's higher than I think. I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna go $1,200.
Wow.
$1,200.
We'll see.
Okay.
He's gonna be really mad if I get it right. There we go.
All right.
You sound like a fool. No, my opinion's the only one that counts. You sound like a fool.
Funny. It's not funny.
Dude, I need to hire you, Keith, to do these kind of things on the locker room. Dude.
Oh, sure, man. Yeah, that's so that's a loss for Andy, but we had to borrow. I didn't know that. Dan, I was never in that Whatnot show when you dressed up as a woman, I guess, for a Halloween episode. But I saw it on the one of our Instagram fantasy football league chats. Mike, the Death Pile Picker, posted that. I'm like, I got to use that. I got to use that. So let me get the answer here. Where is it? There we go. No, number. You were close, Andy.
I was thinking. I was like, how? Then I was like, oh, it'll be cute and go a little over it. But
yeah, you almost got in on it. You almost got the price, but
that's crazy. All right, let's see what I got here. This is a weird one. This is a non-pennant, so this is always fun. Okay, so this is a book from, I believe, 1919.
All right.
It's called, can you read that all right?
I can't. Can you zoom? There you go.
Yeah.
Filing as a profession for women. So it's like teaching women how to be a secretary.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay.
So you got that. I'll send it up to show a few more pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a paperback.
Yeah.
Like a brochure.
I can't remember. Right. No, I think it was kind of hard copy, but
okay. I mean, we'll have to watch for Shane because Shane's a book guy, but this I can't imagine a ton of value here, but it's also the kind of thing,
a thoroughly trained file clerk who knows your business. That's kind of the
I mean, I guess it's I see it. So it's it looks like it's a leather bound book. Yeah, Alex is a big
Alex is a big bookseller, so he'd probably have an idea too. Yeah.
So Shane's in at $69.99. I mean, I guess this is probably the kind of thing where a lot of people didn't save it, right? It was probably just it's ephemera where people would have tossed it out. So, and it's
I kind of wonder if it does hold a little value just for being kind of like a example, like maybe slightly of a sexist book from the night, really, just to show like a little time, the timing and stuff like that. So
no, absolutely that, for sure. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we got $69.99 for Shane, $49 for Dan, Ben's in at $29, Rushmore at $80. I'm gonna be closer to Ben on this. I think I'm gonna go $32.
That's good.
Ergo's in at 18.
Only 32? No 99 or anything?
Nah. I'm making the math easier for you.
Thank you. Appreciate
45.
That.
It's definitely not your normal thing you show here, so it threw me off.
Well, that's what I do. I'm trying to find one here.
It's hard to find a win. Yeah.
It's hard to find those. we have so many lost ones that we don't have very many win ones.
Oh yeah, just got in there.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep. That was close. You just kind of snuck in there, but you got it. Yeah, we got it up for 50 maybe. There were some comps up there for that were higher than I expected. Because we have a lot of these like old books and stuff, and they're not worth more than probably they were when they sold them.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
Like early
a lot of up maybe.
But anyway.
Yeah, Beatty, I could see the smoke coming out a little bit when he was trying to do that math there.
I was not doing. I knew it instantly. I just couldn't find. Like we have so many loss videos, but we have very few win ones. So
yeah,
keep adding the losses, but never.
Yeah, you got to be prepared before it so you know where you're going with it, right?
Yeah. Well, I for sure thought you were going to get that one wrong, but I was right. I was wrong. All right. Well done.
All right. For the giveaway, the next one here. So this is an Etsy sale. Let me sort of coming up on the time of every 4 years where this is applicable, I guess. But we have a presidential inauguration pennant, 1913, Woodrow Wilson, Thomas R. Marshall.
Wow.
I bought this at the National.
So when what year is this then? This is
1913.
13.
He was president for 2 terms, but this is, I think, his first term, 1913.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool one.
Yeah, yeah, I liked it. I've had a couple of these that they're a lot of the political pennants when they're newer, like 40s, 50s, 60s, don't have a ton of value. They're so overproduced, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet there's a ton of them out there.
Yeah, but the older stuff where you get in the teens, that's not the case.
I have a bunch up there now, and I was like fully expecting them to do well. And the only one that sold was the Phantom one. That sold well, but
I bet come November though, that's going to start to move. You know, presidential
could be, yeah. I don't know.
Because I have a bunch of JFK on my Etsy shop, and I sold a ton of them during election time. Yeah. All right, so I think Rushmore, that was probably for this item at 110. Bean is in at 159. Shane is at 199. Dan at 275.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 150.
150. All right. Ben in at 150.
390. Got some people.
399 for Sean. Ergo at 178. And again, this is
for the Oklahoma pennant too.
Yep. I'll show it on the screen here again while Andy's trying to.
I'm just waiting to make sure everybody's.
Yeah, I got it.
Got their...
That's for the giveaway here. This pennant.
All right. Let's give them maybe 10 more seconds, I guess.
Yeah.
Final guesses, guys, before I take my wrong guess here.
Boomer? Did you call Andy a boomer, Dan?
I'm not sure.
Andy's a major boomer, by the way.
Oh, come on.
I got to tell him how to do everything with his phone. He knows, and you got to do, this is how you do this, Andy. But I work with a lot of like,
not my cup of tea.
They've taught me how to do that kind of stuff.
Right. Boomer sooner. Yeah, Keith. It's not because I'm a boomer.
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna go 225 on this.
225. Yeah. All right. I gotta do math.
That means I'm close, though. I guess.
It might be.
I mean, he went to school forever, and he cannot. That's 10%, Keith. No, I think it's a win, baby. I think it's a win.
I'm not saying yes or no yet.
I think it's a win.
Hold on.
Oh, you got to find. Yeah, they're hard to find, right? Wins are hard to find.
Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. Boom! That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long.
That's right, baby.
That was a win. Let's just a win.
Oh, okay.
Just a win. I think it was like 249.09 was you got
1 cent. Yeah, I said 225.
Yeah, just within the dollar. So let's see, who was it? It might have been Dan, right? Help me out there, Andy.
It's probably Dan. For Dan, yeah. I mean, you're not getting much closer than that, right?
No.
I think it's Dan. Yeah.
Yep.
The win for
All right,
Dan.
congrats, Dan. Congrats. That's what I'm glad he got that since we mocked him a little bit in some of those videos.
That's right. All right, we'll do one more real quick for me. Not as interesting probably, but we'll do another pennant. Why don't we? Okay. These are always, I don't know why. I swear I put them up in one order and they shift. Okay. Hampton, Virginia, Hampton Tour.
What does that mean? Is that like a team?
No. This is like travel pennant. I think it's like a crab tour kind of thing that they went on.
Okay.
I think it may have even been like a boat ride type of thing.
Okay. I mean, you got the crab. People like crabs.
People like
That
crabs. People
Yeah.
have crabs. Yeah.
No one here.
That's not too far from where I live, Hampton, Virginia. I think it's just
really?
a few hours away, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah. Pretty, definitely Southern Virginia.
It's cool. Got good color. I mean, I sell a ton of city travel pennants, so
yeah.
I think Shane is pretty dead on with his guess there. $39.99 is a pretty good guess. And what was the other one? The other one was 35, Andy, that I got.
The book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but sometimes that you go decreasing order too in your values.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna go $42 on this. I'm gonna go a little higher because you got the crab. People love definitely a lot of crab fans down in the Chesapeake area. Not this is Chesapeake. I don't know exactly where that is.
Okay. Do you like crabs, Keith?
I don't like crabs.
Go, 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 go.
I was trying to get it so I could cut you off.
You got it quick.
All right.
Oh,
$29.99. It was also only 19 inches. I probably should have said that.
I was
Man,
at
Dan is-
25. I was at $25.99.
Yeah. I honestly like these travel pens, unless there's something weird, which this did have a little bit of kind of weirdness to it with the crab. I think that's usually the range, like $20 to $30, more likely in the $20 range.
I just
What
and Dan is on fire tonight though. He got it dead on.
$29.99?
Yeah,
Jeez.
and
Sheesh. As
Wait,
they
man,
say.
he's nailing it. He's on it.
Well done.
Nice.
Dan, you
All right,
only get that pennant though. You only get the Oklahoma. We can't, Well, the other Mark's not here too. I haven't seen him, so maybe that's why he's.
Oh, Mary's here. Hey, Mary.
Hey.
Welcome in, Mary. I assume you're coming over with Ben, right? I recognize the name. All right, so that wraps. That's the sales of the week category. So let me throw the draft board back up on the stages. What we got in the first round? I went Alabama. Ben went Notre Dame. Andy went Michigan. So it's back to Andy on the snake draft there.
Okay. It pains me to do this because this is really my rival, or not my rival, but the rival of Michigan. Of course, that's Ohio State. Got to go with them. They have currently 48 players in the NFL, 9 titles, more than Alabama. 8 titles, not more than Alabama. 9 Hall of Famers, which is more than Alabama. So, right now honestly, if you also look at players that transferred out of Ohio State too, they probably have just as many. That team for probably the last 10 or 15 years has been one of the more consistent ones, up there with Alabama, I would say. But they also have a great history too. So they've always kind of been a good team.
Yeah,
So,
Woody Hayes. And a lot of legendary coaches. Yeah,
I went heavy on the Big Ten to start, but but that was, Big Ten has been kind of historically a kind of a better conference. I feel like maybe not. SEC's probably always been pretty good too. But
I will say though, Andy, your whole, even in the TPS score thing you're doing over there, the players in the NFL now, I don't think it's totally that relevant to the historical greatest football
sure,
programs, right? I know you do it your own way. You can do it whichever way you want, but
that's not the titles is probably one of the most important.
Yeah.
for
Makes
me.
sense.
So, which I mean they have 8. So yeah, like there's not many other teams that are. There were other teams that are left have very few, not in comparison. So
no, I had them the similar kind of spot too, for sure.
Yeah. All right, back to you, Ben.
So set it up.
Yeah, go Bucks. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. A little. I mean, I don't like the Bucks, but I like my pick at least.
I'm gonna say Nebraska.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's I remember honestly, like, what is it? Probably early 90s when they were, I mean, that's the kind of the team that was their so dominant. I remember who they had that running back. They had a couple running backs, I think, but
Lawrence Phillips.
Yeah. Phillips.
Yeah. We did the TP. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dan. Yeah, Nebraska's a team that they were dominant when we were growing up, Andy. Ben, we were similar age, Ben. We're both 48, I think, right? You're 48. Yeah. I know what I am. So I think we're all similar age. So
51.
Oh,
yeah, I knew we were close. I knew we were all close. But they were like dominant at that time.
By the way, I mean, this is the for an average age of what, like 49 or 50, it's probably the best looking podcast group right here, you know? Don't you think? I mean, in terms of, nobody on this podcast looks like we're near 50, I think.
We're all getting ID'd.
And I don't even have my hair down, you know?
Oh, there you go.
I pulled it back. So,
if I had facial hair, I would maybe look a little older, but both of you guys, if you guys shaved, you could probably take another 10 years off.
That's
anyway.
true.
I like having other people here because I get some compliments, but not direct. I mean, he would never compliment me, but sort of getting some collateral compliments.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It will never happen again. Don't worry about it.
I lost my train of thought after that compliment. Where was it going with that? Nebraska. So, but I think with, as football has changed a lot with more being more of an air game, right?
Yeah,
they were always a big running team.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did they run the wishbone mostly or no?
Yeah, I think as the game evolved, they became less prominent in college football. They made the last decade, but they're historically a great team for sure.
Really, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for
Back to you.
For me, I'm going to go with a program that without this program, we would.
This is going to be a historically significant program. This is where he goes. Like, I know where he's going. He's probably. I can already pick it. It's probably Harvard or Yale. That's my 2 picks.
Not Harvard. Not Harvard. I'm going Yale. Without Walter Camp, and we wouldn't have football. He invented the game. Invented the game in the 1870s. I mean, it would not be this. We wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
What would we be doing on Sunday or Saturday in college?
We're talking about a historically good team. Not
they've won. I think they've won the most titles. Right? They've won. Where are we at here? We had 18 titles. 18.
That's back when they were playing. Like there was 4 other teams they were playing.
Yeah, 15 of them are probably pre-1900, but still, that's dominant. They Walter Camp, Amos Alonzo Stagg, big names in the history of football.
Oh yeah, don't know a single one of them, but yeah,
you do. You know Stagg.
See you, Shane. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
So you knew that was coming in. You knew I
knew you were going off the charts on this one.
I wanted to put my alma mater early on on the draft, but Penn has like
Philadelphia College of Textiles.
No, I'm going Penn.
Okay.
Penn. I mean, but yeah, they don't come close to the championships that Yale has.
I see. Okay. All right.
So let's do let's get to the find of the week segment here. I guess I just could have let the video speak for itself, but
find of the week.
It's a lot of build up for not much payoff.
Man, I'm serious. I'm going to have to hire you. Keith, did you put these promos together? These
I did, yeah. Andy did some of the voiceover work. That's Andy's voice on that one. But yeah, I did the editing.
Well, we're going to hire you guys to do these for our show segments.
Yeah, absolutely, man, for sure, no problem.
Yeah.
we just need some embarrassing photos of people.
They'll
take care of it from there.
Yeah.
Well, coming back from the 127, I've got a bunch of those.
Oh yeah, that won't be a problem, I'm sure. Anytime there's a party going on, right?
That's funny.
And so I have 2 finds of the week. So this was not necessarily a find this week, but I just unpacked it from the National. We have not sealed, but a full 1977 wax box of
Nice.
Star Wars Series 2. And me and Eddie are going to rip some of these on our other channel, Rips and Brews. So we're going to do a little, I think we're going to rip like 3 each. We'll sell the rest.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to get, yeah.
Hopefully we'll make some money on them. I think definitely have seen them, they're not cheap. So
yeah. I mean, I paid up for the box. It was $900 for the box, but they bring like $1,800, $2,000 for the box.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be able to open 3 each and sell the remainder and still get into the profit. So that's the plan on them. And then this guy was a death pile find. I bought this in a huge bulk lot a year ago and never went through this box, but this doesn't look like much. 1963 boxing program, Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
But I didn't even notice this until I took it out of the sleeve. Looking back, I think I can see that.
Oh,
is it Joe Louis?
Joe Louis signature.
That's
And-
got Rocky Marciano on there too. Is that on the front picture? One of the pictures?
Yeah. We got, let's see, is Marciano on
Is
there?
is that just like a card that with all of those guys on it, like Joe Louis?
No, it's a program. It's a program.
No, what I'm saying is a card like that. The whole fight card is
Yeah. There's a couple
like
big names.
Marciano and
battling Torres. Yeah.
I mean, boxing today has like one fight on there and it's
I think there's like 4 or 5 fights in that program. So
Wow.
Very cool.
yeah, and there was a bunch of signed stuff in that collection, but I just never went through that box. So it's a problem with having a massive death pile. There's some good stuff hidden that you don't even know about. So
yeah, good point.
Yeah, there we go. That's
All right.
a couple finds of the week. Let me
We're heading back to the draft.
yes, let me get that back up there. So it's me again.
Yeah,
I wasn't prepared.
this
All
is
right.
not an order of picks, too. Just so you know.
What was that?
I mean, like, I didn't draft second, so I'm just saying, like, we're not. The way it's in order, it looks like.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
good.
I got you.
All right.
All right. I'm going to go. This team it might be the next up in terms of national titles, and not as prominent lately, not as great lately, but great in like
I think I know where you're going. I'm not as positive.
great in like in the past and in the heyday of with Pete Carroll running this program.
Yeah.
I'm going to go USC.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Some great teams with Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and then going back to OJ in the 60s, they had some great teams then.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's all right. He's all right, but
yeah, that's a good one. 9 titles.
Yep.
4. They have actually, I think, the most Hall of Famers at 14. Which is
Oh, wow.
insane. Yeah.
that is surprising.
Yeah. Good pick.
So you're going to NFL Hall of Famers with that. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't even know. I guess you could do college football Hall of Famers too, but I did not do that. I kind of everything equates back to NFL for me.
Yeah, we're primarily NFL guys, so that makes sense to do it that way. Rodney Peete was Rodney Peete it?
He was, yeah.
He was at USC.
He was.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they had. I'm trying to think who else you had. I mean, they had Keyshawn Johnson. You had what other receivers? They had a run on good receivers there for a while.
I think, what Rodney Pete's claim to fame is, Andy, is he beat the Lions handily in a wild card playoff game when he was playing with the Eagles. That was a demoralizing loss for the Lions.
I don't remember that.
Sorry. And he's a big Lions fan, so I had to bring that up there.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, back to you. What do you it's getting a little slimmer out there now. I mean, I think.
Let's go with Oklahoma.
Yeah. That's
next up. Yeah, I had that next too, for sure.
You got to pick that one. 7 titles. So yeah, they are quite dominant. 32 current players, which is also very good on the TPS report.
They're always in it in recent times. They're always in the conversation, right? Every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. This is getting a little bit tougher to figure out where I want to go. I really was hoping that USC would fall to me. Actually, I was hoping either USC or Oklahoma. That would have been obviously you guys took the next 2 good ones. All right, I'm going to go. It's a modern team. They've been good for a long time. They have a lot of current players in the NFL, 6 Hall of Famers, so not quite as good as the others. But I'm going to go with LSU.
That's good.
They've been pretty dominant for some time. They've always been in the mix. I feel like they've fallen off a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think they also have one of my favorite draft busts of all time coming out of that school too. Do you remember him? I mean, obviously he's
famous. I mean, the biggest bust was Jamarcus Russell, but he wasn't LSU, was he?
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think
He was. Okay,
LSU.
I wasn't sure where he went. Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's mine. It is. Yeah, it's tough.
Okay, I was right, but by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fell into it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find the. Do you have the banner or do you?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll let you handle that. So, okay, you do.
Dump the strap.
Crotch strap.
It's funny though, but that was your nickname in high school, wasn't it? Crotch strap.
That is not my nickname. I wasn't expecting that.
All right. That's always my favorite lead in. All right. So for those who have not seen this relatively new, I guess this is the second time we've done it, right? Second or
What's up,
third
Jim?
time?
Second time. This is
second
no, it's third time. Third
time.
episode.
So what I do is this is like a little game we play with Keith. He hates being put on the spot in terms of like answering questions. So it's
Pressure.
He's not good with pressure. I'm gonna give you another pressure situation here. So you get to choose your category this week, but you have to choose it based on the title that I give you. If you can do that, right? So
Okay.
you can either pick doggone I'm popular, or 98% of the world population is dumb. Luckily, I'm the other 3%.
I'm very scared of the dog ones. I'm going with the 98% one.
Okay.
Because you know my profession. You're going to put me under more pressure. So I'm going
right.
98%.
Well, it'll come back to haunt you at some point, so don't worry. Okay, so your question today, and I have to figure out real quick. I'm going to give you basically the way Keith wins. I'm going to give him the over/under on what I think he'll kind of pick in that. If he goes over, he wins. If he goes under, he loses. I'm going to give you 6.5 on this one. So the question this week: what is the most there's top 10 most populated cities in the United States?
Okay, top 10 most populated cities in the United States.
And
okay,
you can phone a friend with Ben if you
yeah, we can alternate.
Yeah.
But let me just answer this. So Jim, I think I know what Jim's a local guy to me. So I think I know what flea market you're going to. And it might've been rained out last week. So I might see you there as well, Jim. I'm going to try to weather dependent. All right. 10 most populated cities in the US.
6.5 is the over under. So,
okay. That seems pretty easy.
Okay. We'll see what you got.
I got to go New York City.
That's number one.
And Dan, I'm calling you Dan. Ben, you're welcome to chip in too if you like. But you got to go LA.
LA is number 2.
Yeah. Chicago.
Chicago is number 3. You've picked the top 3, so get off to a good start.
Let's see here. Boston.
Boston is not on the list.
Not in the top 10. I knew they weren't going to be high up on the list. But I thought they were going to make the correct in the top 10.
So you are 3. You have 3 out of 4. Getting a little harder, isn't it?
I got to turn the comments off before I don't want to get answers over there.
Oh yeah.
I think Boston is bigger than Philadelphia, I believe, population wise. So that's why I was, I can't strike out this early in the game.
Well, you can miss 2 more, I think. I mean, you've only picked 3.
Yeah, I know. It's early. It's early. Yeah. I'm going to go Dallas.
Dallas is number 9. Correct.
Okay, just eked in on that one.
So 4 out of 5.
You
need 3 more to win.
I'll go Washington, D.C.
Incorrect.
no.
Technically, also, I'm not sure. I guess it is called a city, but yeah, it's not even close, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, man.
But give you 8 million people in New York, 3 million in LA, 2 million, 2.7 in Chicago. Dallas has 1.3 million. So that's where you're at.
I'll go Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is number 6.
Okay.
1.6 million.
I'm shocked Boston's not on there. So where am I at then? I'm at 5.
So some of this, it's based off, I think city limits too. So it depends on a little bit on kind of what they consider.
Philadelphia is very long, like a wide. There's a lot of square mileage of Philadelphia.
Yep.
So where am I at? I'm at 5.
You have 5 correct.
So 2 more guesses. Is that what it was?
You've 5 correct and 2 wrong, right? So you have 3 more guesses.
Okay.
It's getting a little tough.
I got one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Miami's
not on the list, but I think it's also.
I was thinking Miami too.
I do think it's a little bit, again, based off of where, what they consider Miami and stuff. So,
all right, I'll go with similar to that area. I'll go Atlanta.
Atlanta is not on the list.
All right.
Again,
I mean Cleveland.
I think you're done, and Cleveland is done, so you're out. I think it's actually heavily focused in Texas. So you have Houston. Houston at 1.3. You have San Antonio at 1.4.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, you had Dallas. So you have Chicago, Houston. Phoenix is number 5. San Diego is number 8. And Austin is 10.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know. I mean, I know Sean's lives in Austin, or at least in the Austin area, but I didn't realize Austin was a big city. I've never been, or San Antonio, to be honest.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
And you're going to give me a
2020 census, I think, too.
Let's give me a video, Andy. Give me one of those videos.
Let me see. Yeah, I got to find that.
Well, I guess let me do it because I know which one's which.
Yeah. No, I think I got it.
That is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
Thank you, Dan.
Slightly different one there.
Appreciate that one, Dan.
I hope the app I use puts up some more Judge Judy clips. Because Dan is Judge Judy from here on out in this podcast.
All right.
Here we go. Back to the draft board. So that's what we got. Right? Yes, it is.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I know this is kind of like, not confirmation bias, but like relative bias, like how good they've been recently. I'm going to go with it. This is kind of far in the draft at this point, so I'm going to go with Georgia. Very kind of consistently good team. Recently been very good. Past has been good as well, but certainly not as good as some of these teams that we've already taken. They do have 49 players currently in the NFL. So
I think like half of them are on the Eagles too.
Gotcha.
Not
It's,
half,
it's definitely city limits. Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. I thought Atlanta would be on there, but I guess or maybe it were on there. I forget if it was right or wrong.
No, it was not. But.
Okay. All right, Ben, you're up.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah. That was my pick next. Nice.
Yeah. That was close. Miami, I do love, just especially because they were so dominant, back with like Warren Sapp and Ed Reed and
The Rock.
The Rock, of course. There's so many. I think they've fallen off. I mean, I guess they haven't been great recently. They've been okay, I think, but during that, what is it, late 80s, early 80s, they were just so friggin' dominant.
Jerome Brown, Warren Sapp. I mean, and plus they were like an entertaining team, right? They were like either loved him or you hated him.
There's like Jimmy Johnson as your coach. I mean, that's come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good pick. Yeah.
That was my next pick. So Ben swiped that one from me. So instead of Miami, I'm going to go with a local team for me. I grew up like rooting for this team, but I'm not a huge college football fan. So I'm going to go, and this team doesn't have the national titles to compare with a lot of the earlier ones, but they're always in contention, or they're always in conversation. I'm going to go Penn State.
Yep. It's good.
I mean, again, they had some controversy a decade ago that sort of marred their recent history a bit, but always a good team. Yeah.
Hey, Mark, all good, man. Appreciate you coming in. 60s insert set show. That sounds pretty fun.
What channel was that on, Mark? I'll check that out.
Yeah, again, it's like we for the most part, all of our picks, except for maybe Georgia, but have been biased towards kind of when we grew up, and those teams were so dominant back. I mean, they've always been good and throughout time, but I remember Penn State, Keyjana Carter and Kerry Collins. I remember all those guys. It's Penn State,
and they still they put up great players. I mean, obviously Saquon, a great running back, so they still churn out some good players.
They were linebacker U for a long time, actually. I mean, they had R. Arrington and a couple like Brandon Short. I remember we had a guy that we went to school with that actually went to Penn State and played. You see, he started as a linebacker, I think. I mean, he was big. He was big in high school. He was like 6'4".
He was a starting quarterback for our high school team, and then went and played linebacker, tight end at Penn State.
No, I think he went as a linebacker, and then like all the good linebackers were there, and then they converted him to tight end, and then subsequently left, and at like 270 pounds was the defensive end when he left.
Yeah, played with Peyton Manning. He was buddies with Peyton Manning. Yeah, when he went to the Colts. Mark, that's awesome. So I'll check it out, Mark. But by the way, Mark, me and Andy were putting out a video on Monday that we're starting to delve into some player set collections, player run. I couldn't think of the word run. Player run collection. So we did like a draft to figure out who we're going to collect. So it's a fun journey we're embarking on. So check that out on Monday at 8:00. It's coming out, that video.
Well, we'll tease. It's been fun. We've already started, and like we're already kind of texting each other like what we're doing.
Throwing some offers out there. So it's a fun thing. Cool. So all right. So this is a quick that was the end of that round, right, Andy?
It was, yeah.
Okay. Let me hit this guy. All right. So quick deep dive into a type of memorabilia. And this is an early baseball glove, and I'll show it here. But Ben, if you're ever out picking and you see like a glove that looks like this is same time period as that baseball jersey I saw that I showed earlier. This is called a crescent pad glove with this like crescent moon shaped pad.
Yes.
Circa 1900. These gloves are, I mean, very rare. They sell strong. I mean, this one is like an $800 glove. So if you ever see these, scoop them up, but not to be confused with this type of glove here. Some people will call this glove on the screen a crescent glove. This is like a 1950s, 1940s softball glove.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
See, it's similar.
Yeah.
If the pad ever goes to the pinky finger, it's a softball glove. So don't pick it up. Obviously, this one you can get for $20 right now. But these will occasionally people call it a crescent glove, and it's not, just a softball glove. So yeah, this is the style you want to find.
That's
it. Is there like a phrase that you go, if it goes to the finger, don't let it linger or something? I don't know. Does that
No, if it goes to the finger, you want to let it linger. You let it linger. I like it. Yeah. If it goes to the finger, let it linger. Don't pick that one up.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
And Dan's accurate in this. It said it looks like a run over gardening glove.
Yeah. And on that note, if you ever find a glove, like small leather glove with no fingers, the fingers cut off, looks like a modern like bike glove, but it's made of leather. Those are like 1870s baseball gloves. Those things are like $20K.
Wow.
I've never owned one. I bid on some in an auction, but that looks like a run over gardening glove for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, in your travels, Ben, I'm sure is there any stuff that you've like picked or gone through and then been like later gone back and said, I can't believe I didn't buy that. You know, found out that it was like, I feel like Keith you haven't had that as much, but.
Yeah. I mean, I've had that happen quite a bit.
Yeah. All for everyone. Yeah. You learn as you go, right?
Yeah. It's, reselling is a learning curve. You should always be learning, whatever you're selling, which I'm an everything seller. So my curve is massive.
Yeah.
I'm learning about new stuff all the time.
I know about everything. Yeah.
But yeah, there's some stuff, man, that I could kick myself that I didn't get.
Yeah,
obviously.
That's great.
Yep. And that's a great thing about taking GoPro footage too. I don't know if do you do first person like videos much, Ben? More like what's sold, and do you do a lot of like first person like GoPro footage?
I do, but when I go picking, I've got a chest mount. It's not one of them bra straps. It's a magnetic one.
I use that. Yeah.
It's just distracting. I'm there to pick and focus, and I get distracted. Oh, am I getting it in the shot? And
you're trying to angle it.
Yeah. So I don't do a lot of first person, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got a lot of people don't. But if you do, for me, that helps later on when you like, I saw that thing. What was that? They can go back to the footage or when I'm editing, I see that I missed things.
Well, right? That's when you want to kick yourself when you're editing and you're like, oh, I didn't even see that right there.
Yep, for sure.
Well, I'm more on the other end where I buy stuff and I'm like, this is absolutely worthless. Because I've just started, and my girlfriend and I went to this. We texted you a couple pictures, but we went to this estate sale. I mean, they had some decent stuff in there, but I was going around and we were wandering through. We picked up a few things, and then we saw like all these VHS tapes, and we're like, Keith always telling us about these VHS tapes. We should get some. And we're like, oh, it's like they're like a couple of them were like completely packaged, like all this stuff. So we ended up buying, I don't know, a dozen of the VHS tapes. We bought like 2 sealed Gone with the Wind. They're worth nothing.
Yeah, I would have told you. Yeah, I mean, sealed VHS tapes are like, they're a hard thing to know. I don't know them. So, but yeah, there's some that go crazy money, but a lot of them are worth $1, right? So it's like
we certainly didn't break the bank on any of this stuff, but bringing it home, we're like, then I think we got these old roller skates, and Keith's like, oh yeah, they're worth something. It's like, not those.
The leather ones
we got. Yeah, the leather ones. Anyway. Cool.
All right. Back to the draft here. So we're in is it
final
me
pick? Yeah.
Okay, so it's me.
Yep. Bringing it home.
All right. I'm going to disappoint some people here as usual.
As you do. You've been disappointing me for 48 years. So.
The team I'm going to pick here really got robbed. They got robbed. They should have a national championship. They have 0 national championships. And they're not really a college, but they played against colleges. I'm going to guess this team has ceased to exist in 1917.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
For the Carlisle Indian School.
Oh, come on.
Carlisle Indian School. They changed they changed football in a ton of ways. Jim Thorpe played for Carlisle. The game was like, there was no motion in football before Carlisle introduced motion with Pop Warner.
You are angering our guest. Look at him. He's angry at your picks.
It's crazy.
They got robbed. They got robbed in 1911. They were national champs. They got voted. They didn't get the votes.
I was thinking you were thinking Florida State. Now they got robbed last year by not making it in the playoffs.
That's true. That's true.
Yes,
that's true. They did get robbed. So it's all similar picks.
I think you can remove never from that phrase. Keith disappoints.
Yeah. No, it's not true.
Wow.
History buffs will like that.
Yeah.
History buffs will like the
okay.
I mean, it's an interesting story of that school. And again, never a college. They had like elementary school kids to like college age kids, but they competed against Harvard, Yale, all the big schools.
I mean, how many players do they have in the NFL or Hall of Famers?
Jim Thorpe, several played in the NFL.
Fine,
Jim Thorpe, Albert Exendine.
Albert? Then Albert, I didn't know about.
A lot of pro players. Bemis Pierce, Hawkeye Pierce. They were NFL. They were pro players, not in the NFL. Pre-NFL.
All right, we got to move on from you, Keith.
Chief Bender.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame baseball player.
Ben, please actually add some legitimacy to this draft, because Keith is clearly not taking it serious.
No.
Okay.
So we need to bring it home. Let's
go with Auburn.
Yeah. That's a tough one because Keith, have you heard of them before?
I've heard of Auburn. I'm laughing at Mark's comment. I just hopped on and I knew that was coming. He knew Carlisle was coming.
Yeah. Auburn's great.
Yeah, great pick. Great pick.
They've been I mean, again, like that's up until relatively recently, they have always been in the mix for, always top 10 team. They put out some great players.
Quite a few NFL players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
one of my favorite nicknames, Cadillac Williams. That's a great nickname.
Bo
Great
Jackson.
pick. Bo Jack. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Totally forgot about him.
Can't forget about Bo.
Incredible. Great pick. Not you, Keith.
I was worried that I stole Ben's pick. I would have felt bad.
Yeah.
Lord of mercy, man.
Okay. So this is a little bit tough for me because I'm trying to figure out there's a couple states that are heavy, with play, like consistent, just have a lot of good teams in there. So I don't really sure which one to pick. All right. I'm going to go with the other team in Florida, and that's actually the Florida.
The Gators.
So the Gators.
Yeah.
I was up in the air between Florida State and Florida. Both were good, obviously. Florida State, I love with Charlie Ward. That team is incredible.
Look at that Carlisle Indians.
That might
So
even
bad.
get me votes for like the older crowd, like the 90-year-old crowd on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bono's podcast. I think Florida's again probably not been as strong recently, but certainly 10, 15 years ago, consistently been always a very good team.
Steve Spurrier was a head coach.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
dominant with that group, man.
God, they were so good back then. Yeah.
Come on, Dan. I'll get some votes, I think. I'll get some votes.
This is one of my favorite ones too.
Yeah.
1,000-year-old vampire.
Vampire.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah, she might like my pick, Mary. Thank you.
You're getting roasted here, which is well deserved.
Well, one thing you guys don't know about Carlisle, they had a play where they
I don't care.
Oh, man. Seriously. Come on now.
you gotta hear this play. They sewed a fake football onto the jersey to fake out the defense. So the guy was running just with his jersey. With
And you're saying that Michigan cheated?
well,
They didn't sew a fake football on their jersey.
They were innovative.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think you've single-handedly taken yourself off of this draft board. You should, if you get any votes, I'll be a little upset. And I'll know who you're paying, like your wife and
She doesn't vote for me. They wouldn't do that.
Anyway, all right. Well, Keith,
It's a good draft. Good draft.
Once again, you've saddened me with your picks. But
I saved it to the last round. I wanted to take it in the fourth round. I thought that would be insulting to the game, to the draft.
You're afraid one of us was going to take them?
I was. Oh no, I was confident they wouldn't be taken.
Yeah.
But I'm shocked nobody took Princeton too. They also had 15 titles.
Yeah, Princeton was up there, but they're all like,
Yeah.
but they're from basically 20 years. That's it. Like that's their window.
They had a great team in like 1890. They had Edgar Allan Poe's nephew. He played for Princeton. They had actually a lot of Poes.
Yeah. Nobody in their right mind, I can tell you. It's like, I don't care who's like relation, like who they're related to.
Well, he's on a football card, Andy. He's on a Mayo football card, 1894. Poe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really?
check him out. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
It's a good card. I mean, I'm sure Mark knows. Mark in the chat.
well, yeah, I know. Like, I'm sure there's people related to Walt Disney that, like, I don't know, you don't have their cards. Like, what is it? Like, who cares?
Some people care. Look, Ergo wants a Carlisle pennant. And actually, Ergo, I used to have like 10 Carlisle pennants. I sold them all. But I'll keep an eye out for you. I'll keep an eye out. All right. Well, that was a
You picked some schools.
man.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I honestly, I think Ben's picks were right where I was hoping to be the whole time.
Yeah. I agree. We all did well.
Okay. Well, that's not really true, but
Nice.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up the draft, though. I think we're not going to have a podcast next week. 2 weeks we have Jimmy Old School Flips on. Definitely looking forward to Jimmy. We're doing like all-time Broncos. I think we're doing
that's
I don't have
interesting one.
There's no like 19th century Broncos. That
Yeah, thank God.
It's gonna hurt my draft next week or 2 weeks, but it'll be a fun one. And
maybe there was somebody related to George Washington that played in the Broncos that you could pick. I don't know, or I don't know, or Joan of Arc. I don't know. Maybe there's a or Genghis Khan. Is there anybody related to Genghis Khan that was on?
Isn't like half the world related to Genghis Khan or something like that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, they did a lot of
procreating.
Yeah. So to speak.
Pillaging. Yeah. So yes, there we have it. Guys, definitely check out Ben's channel for anyone on the replay that you're watching or in the chat.
Absolutely.
Ben's Rocky Top Picker and the Reseller Locker Room podcast. Great podcast. Right. Yeah. Got his logo right on the screen there. Very cool. Check him out on Instagram as well. And any final thoughts on your end, Ben, other than insulting me? Hopefully not.
No, brother. Hey, I'm going to cut you some slack, but hey,
thank you.
Keith, I want to thank you for being a paid supporter of the Reseller Locker Room podcast. Invite everybody to come and check us out.
Yeah.
We have a great time doing that show every week. And then, of course, the Rocky Top Picker channel, I try to upload at least one video a week. Got a lot of great footage from 127 I've not released yet. Can't wait to put it out there. Great joining you guys here this evening. I had a great time.
Oh, great.
Absolutely, man. Me too. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll definitely, we'll tune in every week to every Thursday to the podcast. Not often you get an education and entertainment all wrapped up into one. There's a few of them, but yours definitely up there. Yeah.
We like to call it infotainment.
There we go. Yeah. We're just tainment. Just tainment. No,
tainment.
You're just tainment.
There's nothing tame about the locker room, though. I can assure you.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Just in future reference, don't ever ask him about Carlisle or anything like that.
Yeah.
You will never he'll never let you go. He'll just talk to you about it.
No, I might bring it up in the locker room next week, how we had to talk about all that craziness.
Yeah, here you go.
Watch out for that, Keith. I'm probably going to slam you about that or something.
No, it's all right. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm slammed here every week.
He's used to getting slammed.
Oh, man. All right, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ben, for joining us. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.
Peace.
Out.